Welcome into this reading. Before we begin, I had a feeling before I came into this reading that this reading is going to be actually for a very specific group of people, possibly the light workers or those on a spiritual journey. But more than anything, I feel like it's for those of you that have some kind of calling or spiritual calling and purpose for being here on this earthly plane. So it just makes me feel like there's more to this reading that I can currently see. We're going to go into the tarot. Let's go and find out what's going on. So I'm starting out with your mind, your heart, and your soul, going in that order to see the whole picture about you. So let's begin and see what's going on with these oracle cards of mine. Okay, so first of all, we've got something that's called forge, don't follow. Okay. Pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. There's a lot going on. I'm really picking up a lot of energies from the collective that's going to be watching this video. There's a lot of stories that you are carrying. There's a lot of history that you carry in your own lives, each one of you. And I kind of feel as if I don't know how to explain it. There's a lot of sadness, there's a lot of like darkness, there's a lot of pain, but there's a lot of light in all of this. And it's you are the light, and it's almost like this forge, don't follow, start a new path. There was a path before, and it feels like a lot of things that you've gone through. I'm just going to say exactly what I'm hearing Spirit Guides say. So they're saying a lot of you at times may have thought that you were worthless, or you were just like, why am I even here? You know, why am I not good enough? Why am I looked down upon by my family? Or why can't I do what other people are doing? I don't think you are like other people, to be honest with you. Especially if you come into my channel, being Hatred Tarot, I do attract a certain kind of energy. So I'm picking up a lot, and I've noticed something in the card there. Look how over here we've got this really like thunderstorm. It's raining, and she's trying to walk through this rain and lightning. That's the kind of feeling that I've got, like you've been through a lot in your life, and you now, it's showing here that there is another kind of existence waiting for you up ahead there. From what I'm picking up on, it almost feels as if I know a lot of people who are spiritual, who are light workers, who are in this energy of also maybe having a purpose, needing to help other people here. Sometimes their path is not easy, and your path I don't think was easy. And I think sometimes some of the things that have happened to you, even though they make absolutely no sense, as to why certain things needed to be the way they were, why certain events had to happen the way they did. But I feel like a lot of things that have happened, a lot of things that you had to face and go through in your own life is an activation of some kind inside of you. And it's almost like all the little things that have happened, and even sometimes the very big things, were turning on all the switches that needed to be turned on in you. I do feel like there's a bigger reason for you being here. Okay. The heart energy, yes. You've got warrior woman. Okay, so warrior woman, male or female energy, this stands for you. If you are a man, you are very intuitive, which means you've got quite a lot of divine feminine energy inside of you, which is not bad at all. It actually shows that you do trust your intuition, that you are looking deeper into the unknown and life and meaning, and connecting to spirit as well. Some of the most amazing like clairvoyants or even psychic tarot readers or anything, spiritual people are men. And all of those men are very in tune with their divine feminine, or they wouldn't be as good as they are. It does say, have you answered your deepest calling? Yes. Be the leader you wish you had. Pave a new path. There's something in your heart here that you're meant to be doing. And this warrior woman, she wasn't born a warrior, okay, male or female. She got made to become one. She had to survive. She had to pick up the sword. She had to forge a life for herself, survive what she needed to survive. And I feel like this has changed you so dramatically here. And it's because of the calling that you have. So I want to see what the soul's got to say. Let's have a look and see what comes up here. We've got my favorite number, 333, 333. I am powerful. Well, that does match with the warrior spirit, okay? Warrior woman. I think you survived everything you survived. You're here today watching this reading because your soul is powerful. It may have taken a little while for your heart to realize it. Maybe your mind doesn't yet really realize it. But I think there's a very strong power in you to be able to overcome some things in your life. And then there's a purpose for you being here. So this is very interesting. Okay. This reading is really crazy. Have you answered your deepest calling? Okay. And then it says here, this is crazy. You are being called upon to use your spiritual gifts as a light worker. Oh, I love Spirit Guide. Thank you so much. Assisting all of humanity. Be the leader you wish you had. Live your truths and be a positive light to others. Isn't that just beautiful? You are extremely powerful. How are you here? Okay, if you are not an extremely powerful individual, you will not be sitting calmly right now watching me here. Maybe a little bit not that calm, but you wouldn't be here watching me. You would literally be maybe in a very bad place in your life because others would have wanted to put you there. My table makes a noise. And I think that you are where you are. You're still looking into the light. You're still looking for a hope. You're still here to hear what your spirit guides have got to say. That means you are so powerful. And I think you are more powerful than what you realize. Absolutely much more powerful than what you realize. So let's go and have a look in the tarot, and then we're going to get spirit guide either to advise us or to give us an outcome or a direction for you as we go out of the reading, okay? And for those of you who do stay to the end of the reading, it's our secret, okay? So let's get in here and see Six of Pentacles in the mind, King of Cups in the mind, and the Knight of Pentacles. So before I take out anything else, I can see the thoughts. Where are we? What are we thinking about? The center card shows up as the King of Cups. First and foremost, you are putting your own happiness forward here. You are saying, I need to be happy in this life. I need to create a reality where I can thrive, where I can feel like I'm doing something. You know, for a lot of you, you may not even really realize the bigger purpose as of yet. And you may be going, let me just forge something here that is tied to, at least let me make my life worthwhile. At least let me find happiness and joy in everyday world that I'm living in. Let me make that worthwhile. And because the Knight of Pentacles is here as well, the Knights are all about actions and movement and things occurring and happening. So this, to me, being in the mind energy is really what you're thinking about a lot. I am moving towards wanting to create this happiness. I am moving towards wanting to create some kind of balance that gets restored in my life with the Six of Pentacles. Some kind of energy where when I make an effort in something, I get rewarded back. You know what I mean? It's like you just want to find balance in your life here. But you may be bothered by something. You may be bothered, especially because the Knight of Pentacles did show up here. You may be bothered by the fact that maybe it doesn't move quick enough for you. So you may feel as if, wow, I'm not going fast enough, or things are, it's not really moving. It's very slow, this movement towards maybe changes of my finances where I can then build a reality for myself that will make me happy. Or even just, putting an intention out there into the universe and it responds. Maybe you're wondering when is it going to happen, or it's very, very slow, very too small. So let's have a look into the heart energy. I am so curious. Let's have a look and see. Queen of Wands. Look at that fiery energy of the warrior woman being there. Wow. So we've got a Queen of Wands, Five of Wands. You don't know how you're going to overcome certain things. So I had to stop there because I'm hearing Spirit Guide talk as I'm putting the cards down. So what happens is here, there are certain elements of things that you need to try to do. There are certain problems that are maybe not emergency problems, like, oh, this needs to be handled right now. But there's certain, like, either like it feels like blockages to you, or how do I overcome this to reach my happiness? How do I handle certain situations? I really feel like all of these things that I'm looking at here, it niggles your heart, you know. It's certain things that are either, it feels like a lot of you may have loose tied up, like needing to tie up loose ends in certain things, needing to make closure in certain things. And others of you, there's things that you know you're going to have to face sooner or later. And this really comes up a lot here with the Five of Wands being the center card in your heart. So there's a little bit of worries there that you hold within your heart. But at the same time, we've got this beautiful Queen of Wands coming up here. She matches with that warrior woman so well. I feel like the Queen of Wands is really, really tied to needing to follow your heart, needing to go for what it is that you're actually dreaming about, needing to take action and not even doubt that, you know, it feels like this is the action you want to take towards your future, towards life, towards creation. Even the thing is with the Queen of Wands, she's also a spiritual card as well. And there could be so many, it feels like you've got these like blockages that's preventing you from becoming the person that you want to become. And in cause, what does your heart want the most? It wants the Nine of Cups. So you want to be happy in the life that you're living. You want to be expressive in who you are. You want to be fulfilled. You want to reach goals and be proud of the life that you're building. Very, very strong energy here for you. But there's a center card that lies there, you know, and it's like how do I get there? How do I overcome A, B, and C? How do I solve these problems? All you have to do is hold that. Please hold the vision of what it is that you would like to be. And even if you don't know ultimately what is your purpose and what you're meant to be doing, follow what makes you happy. If you're really lost and you're like, this is a trick I learned. I was like, okay, don't know what I need to do. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do next. What was the thing that was my passion from the time I was a child? I remember reading my first book, which was on numerology. I think I just turned 13 and I was like, woo, you know, and I got my pocket money for the first time because I was a small child before, couldn't get a teenager getting pocket money. I went to the bookstore and I saw books on the Chinese zodiac. And this was long ago, okay, and I think it was in the 80s, guys, okay, and in numerology, and I first bought the numerology one, and the following month I went back and bought the Chinese zodiac. So that was my passion. And when I was confused in life, when I was an adult now, who was I supposed to be? I said to myself, what was my joy? What brought me happiness? What was the thing that I could do even without getting paid to do it? And it was this work. It was the work I'm doing now. It will always lead you to what you're meant to be doing. Okay, so let's see the soul. I'm so curious. Soul has got the sun. How powerful is that? Soul has got the Three of Wands with the sun in the background there. It's quite interesting. And the Nine of Swords. Wow. So let's go back to what's going on here quickly. I can see the card that I'm looking at. You see this lightning here, okay? The thunder, the storm of life that you've been through. You are carrying some of that energy still with you in your aura, in your energy. Time for cleansing. Okay, cleansing takes so long. I'm so sorry, I get obsessed with my dress. If it doesn't look right, then I lose my mind. Life. Okay, so with regards to this energy, this is really tied. I think it's like a bit of trauma that you're carrying, a little bit of anxiety or even depression from things that have attached to your energy. What can you do to release that? So trauma, it's a difficult thing to release. Honestly, hey, there's so many different methods of releasing like trauma or stress that you carry, and this can cause a lot of anxiety, PTSD, all these funny kinds of things. Which I feel like this is a lot of things from the past, but it also creates a fear of the future for you, and it's still in your energy. So you must remember, things like this get carried with you. if you go through certain events, you're going to come out on the other side, you're going to feel very weird. How it's going to feel for you, you may have nothing going on that's bad right now in your life, but you may be unmotivated, you may be tired, you may be lethargic, you may just want to lay on the bed and do nothing. You've got no motivation for absolutely anything. And this may not, you may feel like, why am I like this? It's this energy that you carry from, things that have happened in life. And if you realize that, you can do several different things. I'm a believer in kind of like letting our own energy also understand how to heal itself. There's many things you can go do. You can go do therapies. You can go do, I think it's somatic workout as well. Anything, and there's another treatment as well. I forget what it's called now. Where you like exercise until the point where usually done by a therapist until your muscles quake so you can release the trauma out of you. I will remember, and I will put it down in the comments if I can remember. You can also do things like natural things as well. You can go into nature and let nature heal you. You can ask nature to heal you. You can ask spirit of water to heal you. You can ask spirit of earth to heal you using things like trees and herbs to smudge you. You can write it down, cry about it, go there, relive it, write it down, release it into the water. If you burn the paper and just release the ashes, let it go into the wind. There's so many things. You have to see what resonates with you. One of the most amazing things that I think I love when it comes to like trauma is water. It is water. So if you are very lucky to have like a natural body of water, if you've got a waterfall or something you can get to safely, obviously, and allow that waterfall just to go over you. You can do this even in the shower if you don't have that. If you're by the ocean, stunning. You just go stand in the ocean and you let those waves hit you again and again and again. And you must communicate with the spirit of water, or it's just going to be water doing its thing. You need to speak to the water and like address the spirit of water. Please help me to remove this trauma, this pain from inside of me. When the water hits you, you can stand under a shower and turn it quite hard on and let the water just hit you and be like, as this water hits me, it's hitting the muscles, my flesh, my skin, my hair, my face. Remove every bit of trauma from me with every drop that falls. And you can do this kind of thing again and again until you start to feel different. Because you must remember, you can't do something one time. It wasn't once where this trauma happened to you. It can sometimes happen like that, like an event was so traumatic that you're carrying something very big with you. Then it's going to take time to remove as well. But a lot of trauma happens to us over many years. So it's going to take a couple of times and maybe even a couple of weeks or months of doing something repetitively to finally remove it. I think if you do that, you have got this unbelievable future waiting for you. You know the way here. Okay, the sun card shows up like this extremely powerful energy that you have. The sun is of enlightenment, it's of power, it's of growth, it's of happiness. It's a light in the darkness. And there is the sun, right? And there's the sun there with all these ravens or crows flying in the background, leading you, showing you, follow your passion, follow what you are in love with, and just keep going in this direction. There is something waiting for you, Three of Wands energy. There is another life, another existence, another way of being. It is waiting for you out there. And all you have to do, I feel like, to sort of start moving into what this is focusing on the healing, focusing on the trauma. We never have enough healing. We can never have enough healing. Why? Because we are alive still. And we're going to go in traffic and experience something, and it's going to come onto you, and you're going to get a phone call from your ex, and it's going to come onto you. You're going to have a fight with a family member, co-worker, it's going to come onto you. So you're always working on it. It's never over, okay, until it's over. So it's going to be something like an ongoing thing that you constantly do to keep. That's why you'll notice like witches and other spiritual people, they're always smudging at the house and cleansing and doing different things for themselves, protecting themselves, cleansing their auras, doing different things. Okay, so let's have a look and see here what is going on. So let's see, one card remained. I'm curious to see what that is. The Two of Swords. All right, you're not sure how to get there. Wheel of Fortune. And the Nine of Swords again. Under the deck, the Chariot. You will know the way. You will know the way. You don't know. You know. Okay, you know. I believe you know. You know. Can I pick up the card? That there is something destined for you. Especially if you had the time in the reading. You know there's a calling that you have. Excuse me. You know that there is something spiritual about you. And this may be very confusing for you, because you could be saying, like, I am really on the path of understanding, the Sun card, enlightenment. I'm studying, I'm learning, I am improving myself, I'm on this journey. But why? And you know there's something that maybe you're supposed to be doing. I had that feeling my whole life, that there's something, and I couldn't figure out what it was. Okay, I searched left, high and low, and left, right and center. I didn't also know what and how to get there. I knew, even when I wasn't working in the field that I'm working in now, even when I had my business running, I was self-employed for almost my whole life. I knew that this wasn't it. I knew that this wasn't it. And my soul was saying something spiritual, because you've always been that person. There's this thing that you're supposed to be doing. And I just didn't know how to get there. How to get there. You know now, because Spirit Guide has told us straightforward, very clearly. What is causing that wheel for you not to turn the way you want it to turn is the Nine of Swords. It is the Nine of Swords. There's a lot of traumatic events that have happened to you. The Nine of Swords means to lay in bed at night and worry about the past, about terrible things that have happened and about the pain that you experience. But because you now carry that with you, you will also lay in that same bed at night time and worry about things that have not happened yet. Worry about when you get old, what if you're not okay? Worry about if you lose a job, what will happen? Worry about if you can't find love, what if you're all by yourself and you're alone? You know, all those kinds of things will come up in the Nine of Swords. But this Nine of Swords is also an amazing place of power. For some of you guys, you may even be having insomnia. Who's been having insomnia? Please comment below. Because like my whole family, all of us, over the past week or two, especially when we sort of entered into July, the second week of July, we started all having insomnia. It's like my son, my daughter, my youngest one, no, she just sleeps, you know what I mean? But me as well. I think I remember a week ago, I had 4 days in a row. I was exhausted. I have to wake up at 5:30 in the morning to get my children up to go to school. Okay, because our school starts at 7:30 a.m. here. So I remember falling asleep at 3:30 in the morning, and I went and even made chamomile tea with lavender and everything just to sleep, and I actually helped and I managed to sleep. But I was like, it's 3 in the morning and I'm walking around the house and I'm like, well, it's not like me. So I had 4 days. I don't know what the vibes, you know, it's all these retrogrades happening as well. With this energy, there's your power, and this is how you find your path. The only thing I can say with regards to this is one thing. In those times when I had the insomnia as well, my mind was, I think my mind also, it's really, I'm always talking a lot and I'm always thinking a lot, and it's going, I'm always busy working, and I work till quite late sometimes. So, and I was Spirit Guide chattering away in the background as well. And there's a lot of thought going on. And sometimes I'm not thinking about negative things like this. I'm actually thinking about work, or I'm thinking about, spiritual things, or I'm thinking, and I get caught up in something. And it's you know what I mean? And I rein it back by actually going, okay, what's your goal? What's your goal? What are you trying to focus on? I use this time constructively, basically. And instead of laying there being in the Knight of Swords, I turn it around and I start focusing on what it is that will make me happy. I start focusing on a goal that I have, that I want to achieve. and I start to think about it, and I make up a little scenario in my mind. I get creative that way, and I literally think about going and achieving A, B, and C, or doing this or doing that, or whatever I'm doing. And when I do this, I repeat it over and over in my mind. I just repeat it like I'm there, I'm doing it, I'm speaking to whoever I'm speaking to. This is coming the way I want it to come. I'm experiencing this thing, I'm experiencing that. It's unfold to the detail. If you, for instance, want to say buy a new car, you have to picture yourself going to apply for that loan. You have to picture yourself getting in the car, maybe catching an Uber or whatever, going to wherever you're going to the place that sells a car, filling out the forms, applying for the car, getting the car. How do you feel? Picture what that place looks like inside. What does it smell like? Go to the car, touch the car. How does it feel? What's the color? Open the door. What sound? Picture it. The colors, everything, what it looks like inside. Be as creative as possible. And when you do that, repeat it. Drive the car home. Go show all your friends and family that you got a nice new car. Go park it in your driveway. Look at it. Hug it. Love it. You know what I mean? All of that. Wake up the next morning, open the door and be like, there's my car. Just picture that in your mind, in this energy, over and over again until you fall asleep. And when you do that, usually when I do stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, I'm going somewhere else now, I'll stop putting it back in, and you got to control it. You got to do it again and again. When you do that, you are going to, and you're talking about a car, and we've got the chariot card under the deck. You are going to then move rapidly forward here. You're going to move rapidly forward into whatever this is, whatever this calling is. Have you answered your deepest calling? You are being called upon to use your spiritual gifts as a light worker, assisting all of humanity. I mean, it can be you with a YouTube channel. It's so amazing these days. When I go onto YouTube, I actually see really like small channels, people speaking about spirituality. They're talking about, and sometimes you look and they got like a couple of views only, and I'm like, oh, that's popping up on my for you page, you know. And I'm like, wow, I would never have seen that. And if I see a really good title, I really go and watch it. And I'm like, okay, it's wonderful to see people just speaking out there and just putting themselves out there. So maybe you've got a calling to come onto YouTube and be a motivational speaker or a spiritual speaker of some kind, or even a tarot reader. Go out there and do it. It will change your life, and not only will it change your life, but it's going to help change the lives of other people around you as well. So there we go. Thank you so much for being here. You are more powerful than what you think, because you survived your worst days and you are right here now with me. Knowing that there is something else coming for you on your path here, and you're going to be moving rapidly towards what this is as soon as you work on that. There we go. Thank you so much for being here one more time. And if you're at the end, that's our secret. Okay, if you've come to the end of the video, you've been here before, you know what I'm going to say. If it's your first time, my spirit guides have always told me the people who stay to the last card, it's their whole entire story. Sometimes people will click off maybe in the middle, and then it's just part of their journey. For you, this is your whole journey. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you next time in your readings. Bye.